All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakah Quadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of the Well. Peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect, the Bayaf, the Awad, the house of David. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse number 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. There you go. So let's do this here. Let me get Matthew. Matthew 13 and verse number 16. It says, let's do this here. Matthew 13 and 15. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and in their eyes they have closed. Right? Talking about the Israelites, right? Because they don't see what we teaching. They don't see what's going on. It's not made clear to them. Even though we making it clear to them by showing them out of the scriptures, by showing them, all right, this is what's coming. Blowing a trumpet unto them. Right? It says, for this people's heart, meaning their mind, is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their ears and hear with their see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand that their heart, and they should be converted, and I should heal them. Right? It says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Right? Because we do hear, we do see. The elect, let's just say the elect are the ones who are going to hear and see. All right? And we see in everything that's going on right now. Right? We see Esau's AI technology, technocratical world going on. Left-wing, right-wing paradigm in his news media. Uproars of the people. Famines and uproars of the people. Famines in diverse places. Earthquakes in diverse places. All right? So many things that are going on in the time of the coming of Yahushua. Right? Which is the foundation of the head cornerstone, the chief head cornerstone of this ministry, meaning he's the high priest. Right? So we henceforth here see and have the eyesight, right, to see the prophecies that are happening and being made clear and manifest right in front of us, man. All right. All right. So let me get real quick James. Let me get the book of James 5. Let me get James 5 and verse number 7 and 8. It says, be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of Yahushua, right? Behold, the husbandman, right, waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. It says, be ye also patient, establish your minds, right? For the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Right? For the coming of the Lord, coming of Yahushua draweth nigh. Right? You see? So those are the things that is going on, right? And as we can see, prophecies happening. As we can see the MOTB being pushed pushed out there on a gradual scale, and physically in a lot of places, a lot of people have it. You know? And through what? And through his how can you say, his WHO, World Health Organization, right? CV19 back in the back a while ago, about 5 years ago. All right, 5G, 6G. You see which is coming, right? Nanobots, so on and so forth, through technology, false miracles, left-handed side, witchcraft, all right, so on and so forth, man. All right, okay, all right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this right here. Let's get into this real quick. So we have this right here. This is the digital birth certificate, South Wales, Australia, right? And I got an article as well, but I wanted to go into here first. It says in New South Wales, the NSW, right, is introducing a digital birth certificate, right, DBC, and a staged rollout beginning in March 2026. It will initially be available for eligible individuals aged 16 to 21 through the services of NSW app. Right, it says available. The initial rollout is scheduled for March 2026 and will be accessible via services NSW app. It says the eligibility of the first group includes people aged 16 to 21 who were born in North South Wales, right? It says and currently hold valid NSW driver license or photo card. It says wider rollout to other age groups is expected to follow. It says the digital birth certificate will have the same legal standing. This is nothing but getting you ready for the RFID microchip, right? Okay? Because that's what that chip is going to entitle. Your birth certificate, your social security number, right? You see? A whole tracking UPC, UPC, which is a universal product code, meaning of you being the product code, right? You having the CBDCs, all right, off of your actions, off of your movements, and so on and so forth. Henceforth, why they set up the AWS, right, which is doing a whole rollout. I got another video on that I want to bring out, right, where they did that whole rollout, which was nothing but being AI on all these social media platforms. Gideon is what they call it, the scrape, the internet. All right. So there's so many things involved, man. But Lord willing, we do that lesson. All right, it says the digital birth certificate will have the same legal standings as the paper version. It says the paper version. It says initially it will be accepted as the services NWS centers in specific government transactions. See, it says with efforts underway to ensure wider acceptance by businesses, schools, and other organizations in the future. It says optional. The DBC. All right, the DBC is an optional alternative or components. All right, or complements, Salakia, the existing paper birth certificate security. It is designed to be secure digital version that helps to safeguard personal data and provides a solution for people who may lose their physical documents during events like natural disasters. You see? All right. So let's go here. Let's go here to this article. Right? Let's go here. Right? So this is in biometrics update.com. Right? So, and as we can go down here, we're going to roll out. We're going to read a little bit of this. Right? And then we're going to play a video. And then we got some scriptures and we're going to get up out of here. All right. It says New South Wales introduced digital birth certificate option for people 16 to 21. It says phased rollout will see more ages. Age groups unlock more businesses and accept DBC. It says digital birth certificate DBC will soon be available to select demographic group in New South Wales. The government is kicking off the rollout by offering the digital credential to people between the ages of 16 and 21 starting in March 2026. It says, according to the release, the photo digital ID document will help the identify, verification, safeguard user biometrics, right? Which we already broke down what biometrics mean. Bio meaning the study or the study of the body, right? Which bio means life, right? Metrics means the length. So it means the length of the body, the study or the measurement of the body, right? When you do it backwards, right? It says an information and give people more control over their data through strong consent and privacy measures, right? It says access will be available through the New South Wales app. It says for residents born in New South Wales and who hold a local photo card and driver's license. At first, the DBC will be openly accepted at services NSW centers to apply the select NSW government transactions. It says, however, as the program rolls out more widely, the government expects use cases to extend. It says a press release quotes NSW Digital and Customer Service Minister Jahad Dib, it says, who says the policymakers are engaging in industrial leaders to ensure that the digital ID will be widely accepted in the future by government, businesses, schools, clubs, and sporting organizations. It says Dib also notes that during the natural disasters, we often help people whose birth certificates and other documents have been destroyed. A digital version, Salakia, provides a solution for those who need to verify their identity, quickly access services, and apply for grants rather than waiting for a replacement and delaying timely support. Right? It says a plot for digital NSW birth certificate in 2024 saw more than 1,400 people sign up for a standalone app. It says the Australian Providence, it says, has been active in developing digital strategy. It says an infrastructure and issuing digital credentials like mobile driver's licenses. In early 2025, it announced a trial update to the NSW digital ID and wallet embedding, enabling photo card holders to convert them to variable credentials. Right? So let's go here real quick. Right, let's get up out of here. We're done here. Let's go here. Let's play this.
If a birth certificate is lost in storage or buried in clutter, you'll soon be able to access it digitally. Under the first stage of the rollout, the online document will be made available to eligible people aged 16 to 21 from March next year. Initially, it can only be used at Service New South Wales centres for select transactions. The state government says it's working to widen its use into the future.
Alright, so as you can see, that was the article right there on it, right? Let's get up out of here. Let's go into some scriptures. Right? Let's go to Habakkuk. Go to the book of Habakkuk. Look at Habakkuk 2. And let's jump to verse number 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Right? And as you can see with appointed time we're in the last days, right? As you can see, this man's technocracy, all right, of a new world order. He wants to set up of a one world government, one world takeover. All right? So we can see these things, man. We have the eyesore to see it. All right, but a lot of people can't see what's going on. They're blinded. They're lost. They're stuck in the world. They don't know what's going on. They just don't have it. And even amongst the circumcision who are teaching it, they can't even see that this prophecy is going on. Why? Because they are blinded off to it. Why? Because they don't have the holy endowment of the spirit of Yahweh Shai with them. All right. If what it says, the scripture says, that don't have it the Son, don't have it the Father, and he don't have it the Father, don't have it the Son, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. All right? It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Right? And that's when we know we in the end. We right here, we in the end. Right? As you can see the mark of the beast being made manifest before your eyes, man. All right? It says, and it shall speak and not lie. And it is speaking, and it's not lying. All right? Numbers 23 and 19. Yahweh said, for I am a man that I shall not lie. Right? So what's going on is going on. It's happening. It says, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it's coming. Okay? This man wants to hook up everybody to a AI technocratic world, man. All right? Database centers, man, everywhere, tracking your data, blockchain, CBDC, social credit scores, and all this madness, man. All right? You see facial recognition, biometric, eye retina scans, fingerprint scans. All right? It says, all right? So let's get my next scripture. Let's go here to Psalms, the 10th chapter. Right? Because this is where, let me turn this up a little bit. Psalms, the 10th chapter. Right? This is what this man is feeling, right? It says this right here. Psalms the 10th chapter, and let's start at the second verse. It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Who is the poor? Right? Text for first and foremost starting with the Israelites. Right? But we're rich in the knowledge. You see? And ultimately this man hath gathered all the nations unto him, right? He heapeth unto on all the nations, right? Let's go here real quick. Matter of fact, let's go back here. Habakkuk 2 and verse number 5, it says, Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth to desire his hell, and is as death, and could not be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See? All right, let's go back to that Psalms. Let's go back to that Psalms, the 10th chapter. Psalms, the 10th chapter, and right here, it says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they imagine. And what's the devices that they imagine? What's the plans that they imagine to put you in a new world order, in a smart city, 15-minute city, chip your ass. All right? Social credit scores, starve you out. All right? So on and so forth, man. You eat mealworms, you eat this and you eat that. All right? Okay? You see? And it gets even deeper, man. All right? It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. What is he boasting about? He boasting on his news all day long. On his news media, on his social medias. This devil boasts all day long. Right? Through the World Economic Forum. All right? The stakeholders capitalism. All right? But behind the scenes, you got the super elite devils. Okay? Because you got the face puppet devils. All right? Who work for the super elite devils. All right? Which is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys. All right? The Bilderbergs, the Wahlbergs. All right? Okay? The Edomites. The super elite Edomites. Okay? Because that's what they are. They're Edomites. Okay? It says, for the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. And that's right. This man, he ain't going to seek after the Most. He wants to be the Most High. All right? You see? He wants to be the Most High. Okay? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and show you real quick. Let me get 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. And let's go down here to the 4th verse. It says, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right? It says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. And now ye know that withhold that he might be revealed in his time. And that's Esau, Edom, the devil. All right, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who letteth will let, who will let until he be taken out of the way. Right, because the Most High is letting, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is letting it go on for prophecy. All right, it says, then shall the wicked be revealed. Right, and who's the wicked? Esau, Edom, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Right, and that's what's going on now with the word. Okay, with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, when the returning of Yahweh Shai come with the angels. Right, and then ultimately that sword coming out of the chariots. Right, Yahweh Shai's sword coming out the chariots, and the angel's swords coming out the chariots. Right, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers, signs, and lying wonders. Right, and those lying wonders are by those miracles. All right, his miracles, those are his lying wonders. Right, according to his new world order and how things he wants to go. You see, all these lying wonders. Oh, this can cure this and this. We got this miracle drug here, this miracle and this miracle here, and all lies, all left-handed lies. All right, all left-handed lies that ain't gonna amount to a damn thing. All right, you see. So let's go here. Let's go back to that Psalms. All right, that's Psalms, the 10th chapter. Psalms, the 10th chapter. Where was we at? Up right here. It says, his ways are always grievous, and thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For all his enemies he puffeth at them. Right, and you see that, right? Because Esau got a lot of enemies. He don't know that he got a lot of enemies, man. He think his favor is in his. He think everything is in his favor, but really everything is not in his favor. For his end game is destruction. It says, for the end of the world, all right. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. All right, and all his constituents who has in his pocket, in his back pocket, right? They all gonna come up against it and shoot at this whore, shoot missiles at this whore, man. All right, over your precious kingdom, Esau. All right, okay, and then ultimately the chariots and Yahweh Shai's chariots gonna blast your kingdom to smithereens. All right, gonna obliterate, eviscerate, and expurgate your kingdom. All right. And it's just that simple. Devil. All right. It says, and he have said in his heart, I shall not be moved. Well, you is going to be moved, because Yahweh Shai going to take you out of power. You're going to be moved out of power. You're going to be pulled down, expurgated. All right. And be taken as a vassal in chains. All right. It says, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Right, and that's what his mouth is. His mouth is full of cursing, deceit. Right, and how is he going to? He's deceiving you right now. Right, by telling you that this microchip is something good for you. It's going to be ultimately pushed off on a wide scale. He's going to use his gatekeepers to do this. All right. He's going to show you these miracles on his TV screen. He's going to show you these miracles all on these social media platforms and so on and so forth. Right? Deceiving you. Fraud. All right? Saying, oh, it's good for you. You ain't never going to be able to lose this. You're not going to lose your birth certificate. You're not going to lose your wallet. It's all in your hand. It's all in your hand, baby. It's in the hand. It's in the head. The hands. You see? So that's how this man is going to pull a woe over on your eyes, man. All right? In a woe over your mind. Okay? It says, under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent, and his eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth and he waits secretly as a lion. Right? Secretly as a lion. Right? So he's doing things secretly, backdoorish. As Esau is a real serpent, real serpent, real slick, real sly. You know, real slick, real sly. You know, and he's gonna give you, he's gonna bring it to you in many different ways. You see? You know? It says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den, and he lieth in wait to catch the poor. Right? How you gonna catch the poor? That's what he gave me the psyop with the food stamps. Right? You're gonna lower a lot of people in. That's what's gonna lower a lot of people in. Food, right? Because that's their what? That's their flesh talking, right? He's gonna lower you in by what you call the things of the world, right? Worldly objects. You see, things that you desire. What is your desires? See this how the devil play. What is your desire? I can grant you your desires, but you gotta give me something. You gotta give me something in return. You see, that's how the devil works. All right. It says, and he lieth in wait to catch the poor, and he doeth catch the poor, and when he draweth the men to his net, right? It says, in the net is what? This trap. Because this is what the mark of the beast is what you're gonna be, is what you call a AI technocratical transhuman AI mixed with man joined with man and machine trap. All right. Okay. It says he croucheth and humbled himself, and the poor may fall by his strong one. See, there you have it. All right. So let me get Psalms the 55th chapter. Psalms the 55th chapter. Let's just get right to it. The 20th verse. It says, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, and he had broken his covenant. Right? He had broken his covenant. Right? It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Right? And that's what this devil come with, a real smooth speech, man. All right? Like butter. All right? But war was in his heart. And his words were softer than oil, and yet were he drawing swords, right? And that's what's going to eventually happen. What you call auto ab KO, right? Out of chaos comes order. All right? Under what you call the 33, under what you call the what is it in every Mason knows about the auto ab KO, man. All right? You see? Alright, so let me get my next scripture. Let me get Job 14:5. See, because his days are determined, man. You know, this man know that he got a short time. Cause see, the Most High about to put this man down. Yahweh Shai about to put this man down. The Heavenly Father, alright, is going to send back Yahweh Shai to put this man completely down. Utterly obliterate him. Alright, so it's Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. There you go. Thou has appointed his bounds he cannot pass. He's not going to go over 1 second of the prophecy. Alright, he's going to fulfill what he need to fulfill, and that's that. And then once that's that, slavery, vessels, obliteration of your kingdom. The elites, the high ups, the rats, they're gonna go running high, but they guess what? When the elect come back down out of the chariots, out of them ships, or your ass is going in chains. You're gonna be carried away. All right, and it's just that simple. Okay, so Revelation. Let me get this here. Let me get Revelation 12:12. Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. See? He knoweth he had but a short time. All right? So let me get this here. Let me get Sirach. Let me get the book of Sirach, and then we're going to end it off in Revelation. Right, so let me get Sirach, the 10th, the 12th chapter. Let me get the 12th chapter. All right, in the 10th verse, it says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. It says, thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, and neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at this last remember my words, and be pricked therewith." Right? It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or such as come nigh wild beasts?" Right? So there you go. So let me get this here. Revelation, the last scripture. Revelation 13 and 14, right? Let's start at 14. It says, "And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles," right? Which you can see all the miracles that's going on. AI, Palantir, Gideon, all right? You know, all these things like that, all these miracle drugs and all these things like that, all right? You can see where he's putting the chip inside the nanobots technology, Luciferius, so on and so forth, man. All right? The light bearer of wickedness, man. The light bearer on the left-hand side of wickedness. The illuminated light bearer of wickedness. Esau, Edom, the devil. All right? It says, "Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live." Right? It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." That's right, through his legislation. That's how he passed on his laws. Henceforth, while he's breaking down the legislation, right, your amendment rights, right, and putting up what you call a technocratic government setup. All right, that's henceforth. You know, henceforth, what you gotta you know. If you don't see what's going on, hey man, I don't know what to tell you, you know. It says that the image of the beast should both speak, and it calls that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, right, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, transactional, right, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So with that, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Be well. Peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect. Bayath, Dawad, the house of David. Shalom.